position to lead them to victory.
On the other hand, with the Eagles though, if they want to soar to victory, they must continue to build on their already solid team chemistry, prevent aces by maintaining a strong defense, and taking advantage of scoring opportunities. Coming up in just a few moments, the action will begin live here from Liberty, Missouri, the crosstown rivalry rematch where the Liberty Blue Jays look to seek revenge on the Liberty North Eagles after losing to them earlier this season.
And tonight, Nick, as you already mentioned, it is the Dig for a Cure cancer game, and one of our own Liberty North coaches was recently diagnosed with cancer, and that is Rob James. So let's go courtside real quick to recognize him.
And Coach James is one of our own. A few quotes known for his coaching phenomenon. Everybody's here. Hey, you're not there. You're allowed to communicate. Another fan favorite. Don't wait for people to be friendly. Show them how. And my all-time personal favorite. Good. Thank you, Coach James. Has been the epitome of Eagle athletics over the years. He has been an assistant boys basketball coach for 8 seasons, assistant baseball coach for 6. He's one of the pillars of Liberty North athletics, and Pregame is what it means to fight with determination and unequivocal amount of grace and dignity. Coach James, tonight we honor you. We in the Liberty and Liberty North community salute you in your battle against cancer, and we have no doubt that cancer doesn't stand a chance against our hero. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our very own Coach Rob James. A portion of tonight's proceeds raised will benefit the Second Out Foundation along with support of Coach James and his family. The National Cancer Football League Cancer's recognition this year is the Crucial Catch. Intercept Cancer and KBC televised games where the players and coaches are wearing colors signifying the various types of cancer. October is widely known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Therefore, the volleyball teams tonight are both wearing pink to recognize the most common rising type of cancer in the U.S. tonight. If you are a breast cancer survivor, would you please stand during the introduction of the team lineups so that members of our volleyball teams can throw out one of our big volleyballs to honor your fight. Tonight's team, first for the visiting Liberty Blue Jays. Number 15, Justine Jones. Number 18, Ashley Mullen. Number 22, Janae Moultrie. Number 25, Emily Glacier.
We just want to give a quick shout out to Michael Krug. Thank you for that wonderful speech about Coach James, and thank you for his family and everybody who came out to support him tonight. You know, he's really important to us here at Liberty North High School. Everybody knows Coach James. He's a great guy. He always is smiling and saying hey in the halls. One of my favorite coaches I've ever had, you know, on that freshman baseball team. He's always so uplifting and just a great all-around person.
For sure, definitely leaves a positive impact on everyone who he talks to. I had a pretty good friendship with him back when I saw him every day on the walk to weight training. You know, my sophomore year, we would walk together every day and just talk about that was the only way I really knew him, and he still cared about me so much. You know, being an underclassman in the adult age now is just a good thing. So.
Yeah, we always talk about, you know, one of the things we're trying to focus on this year in Liberty North High School is we're really trying to change the culture and bring school spirit. And we've already seen how big of an impact that's made on everybody in our school. You know, where the teams are performing better, everybody just seems to be more positive. And I think a lot of that has to do with Coach James, you know, setting a great example from the beginning. You know, in past years when we've been like, dang, why are we at school today? He was always positive. And I just think that's really had an impact on our school as a whole. You know, we've seen this year with the great improvements in school spirit and just all-around culture.
Absolutely, and you know, obviously Coach James being with Liberty North, he's obviously rooting for them, but no matter what, tonight is a win for him, as everyone has clearly rallied together for him for this Dig for a Cure cancer awareness game, doing that little highlight for him pregame. You know, that just has to mean everything to him, so he's already taken the dub for the night for sure.
And what a great turnout we've had tonight.
Absolutely.
It looks like the field house is pretty packed. Almost looks like a basketball game.
For sure. Well, it looks like we got a student section going down there in the bottom. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Anytime the field house got a lot of people, you know it's loud, and those players are feeding off that energy. It's going to be a really fun. And there's a shot of the student section, which is pretty big, Zach. Yeah, it does look like a basketball game.
Yeah, the Navy's got their Navy shirts on tonight. And we see a couple of the football players just come in from football practice, as this game is a huge game for both teams. Could decide conference.
For sure, any crosstown rivalry, especially with some with playoff criteria on the line, are huge. And there's the Liberty student section, as you can see. So both schools showing out, as always, for normal crosstown showdowns.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. This is the first volleyball game where I feel like, well, besides the one played earlier in the season, where both teams have had a really good shot at winning the conference championships.
Mm-hmm.
In past years, it's been somewhat lopsided, but this year, the teams are really evenly balanced, really close in points and standings. So I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Any predictions? Any predictions, Zach?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Always got to ask predictions.
Liberty North just had their first conference loss against Park Hill South the other night, and I think tonight they're more motivated than ever as we see them playing in the pink, just playing for something bigger tonight, and especially because I know a lot of those girls have personal connections with Coach James, that there's going to be a different amount of energy played tonight.
I absolutely agree, and there you go, the Liberty North girls getting hyped as the game is going to be kicked off any second. And here we go, Zach.
A great way for Liberty North to start the game would be just opening up the game with the ace.
That would be great, and Liberty has something to say about that. And this is exactly how I expect this game to go. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. Going back and forth, and Liberty North gets the first points of the night.
Yeah, that was a great block by Taylor Gates, the Louisiana Lafayette commit. She's 6'2", obviously got some height, and she's a really great player for North.
Absolutely. Coach Dowden, the Liberty North head coach, said she is having a tremendous season, and she's one of the captains of the team. Also holds the school record and team record. And there's another Liberty North point. Holds the team and school record for kills in a match, kills in a season, and kills in her career. So Taylor Gates, obviously a go-to player, and has a very important role on the Liberty North volleyball team.
You know, and having a personal relationship with Taylor, you can tell that she is one of the most dedicated volleyball players for all of high school, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not often that you see players with a diet, and she follows her diet very closely. And, I think that's very impressive, athlete to athlete, to be able to be serious enough about your sport to stay committed to a diet like that, because she has to bring her food in every single day for lunch in order to stick with it. So I think that's very impressive, and you can definitely see how that impacts how she plays. And we got another hit by Liberty North, and they are up to a 3-0 lead right now.
Exactly what they wanted, and that's probably exactly what they talked about heading into this game. Just coming off and
back to serve is Adrian Beagle.
And the serve goes to Liberty. Liberty hits it back, and
ball's out.
Too far outside the box.
What Liberty needs to make sure they're not doing right now is trying to force the ball in. I feel like right there, they're getting a little nervous. They're down 4-0 early. I think they were just trying to force it, hit the ball a little too hard. They need to relax and just play their volleyball.
For sure, and their keys to victory, as said by their coach, good offense right there by Liberty North. Good effort there by Allie Hinckley for Liberty North, but Liberty gets their first point on the night. But again, back to what I was saying, Liberty's keys to victory, as said by their coach, was having solid defense. It was the very first thing that she said. And when you get off to a 4-0 deficit by being down 4-0, that's not necessarily having solid defense. But that can obviously be turned around. It's still the first set. And nice play right there for Liberty North.
Yeah, as Liberty North's going to get the ball right back here, as we have Allie Christian, the freshman, about to serve. I always think it's really impressive to see freshmen come up and play varsity. You gotta imagine there's a lot of pressure on their mind, so that's something they always have in the back of their mind. But it's always so much fun to see how much they are able to progress over their 4 years. It's really cool. And with her, I could definitely see her going places. We saw Taylor Gates and Sydney Macaluso both start their freshman year, and we've seen how they've turned out. And they've turned into be great leaders on this team, and they always have great performances.
For sure. Being a freshman in a big game like this has got to be a ton of fun. She'll never forget it. Or I guess it's her second time playing the crosstown rival this season. Good effort there by Liberty North.
And something else to keep in mind is that she's only been in 23 sets so far this season. So she doesn't have all the experience yet, but I really like how Coach Dowden is developing her and taking her time to make sure that she develops to be a good volleyball player. Because freshmen sometimes, whenever they get, as we see Liberty get a point right there, whenever they're brought up to varsity teams, they tend to stick to their strengths. And that's what I think Coach Dowden's trying to do with limiting her varsity playing time, is so she can develop some of her weaknesses and turn them into strengths, whereas instead of just trying to survive at the varsity level.
I agree with that, Zach. Just trying to fine-tune her into the athlete that she knows she can be someday. And honestly, no rush when you have 3 seasons ahead of yourself. So just giving her that good experience. Not too much for her to where she couldn't handle it, but still preparing her for the future.
And now back to serve is Isabel Zimmerman. She's also an underclassman, but she has played a lot this season and really been a stud for this Liberty North team.
For sure, 48 sets played, over double than the freshman we were just talking about. But she's a sophomore, so it's a little understandable. Liberty, nice block right there. That was Taylor Gates.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Taylor Gates leads the Liberty North team in blocks. She's averaging around 3.3 a set, I believe. So we're about to see a lot of Taylor Gates tonight.
Absolutely. You'll be hearing that name way more throughout this game. Oh, man. And that's a point for Liberty North. North has Liberty's points doubled, so they'll score 8-4 in the first set.
But something about volleyball, it's a momentum game.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
Really any lead, in my opinion, is not safe in volleyball, because you could get on a run, and once you're on a run, it's hard to stop.
Yes.
We saw Liberty North jump out to 4 points real quick, and Liberty had to stop that momentum. And it looks like Liberty North's getting back right here, because it was a 1-point game just seconds ago.
Liberty North looks like they are like we were saying, one of their keys to victory was building off their already pretty great team chemistry. They look like they're fighting hard as a defense and fighting even harder as an offense right now with a score of 8-4.
Yeah, you were talking about team chemistry, and I think part of that has to come with our school culture. Really being there to support all teams. As it looks like the ball went out right there. So that would be Liberty's point, as it will be.
And we are sorry about those technical difficulties right there. We thought you guys could hear us, but we guess not. But you didn't miss anything too important. It is still 9-6 Liberty North in the first set, and Liberty hits it too far. Liberty North will be the first team to reach double digits this set. 10-6 Liberty North. That's number 19, Burns, the sophomore. 40 sets played this season.
Something interesting that I've been told is that all the girls with the yellow shoes actually play for a club team called Dynasty, and they're a really good volleyball club team. It's kind of like the premier team, so to say,
I didn't know that.
for this Winter League. As we see a great hit by Liberty North.
And
I believe that was Rachel Spainhauer.
You see that Liberty North bench ignite each point. You know when those teammates got your back like that, that can only provide some more energy for the girls on the court. And that's fun to see, having their teammates' backs. Liberty setting one up and hits the net. But that was
Liberty North tipped the ball, so that will be Liberty's points. But yeah, going back to the green shoes, I think it's kind of cool that all the teams, all the players that play on the Dynasty team around Kansas City wear those shoes to the high school game, so they have connections. We don't see any of the Liberty players with the Dynasty shoes on, but we have two Liberty North players with Isabel Zimmerman and Jackson.
Something I've noticed so far in this game is that Liberty North has been playing really well, but also they've always had a lead. The closest that Liberty has been was 5-4, I believe, and ever since then it's been more of like a 3 to 5 point deficit. So North has just been allowing that cushion and keeping that cushion going, scoring there. There's a 5 point deficit right there as they take the lead 12-7. So if they can just keep that up throughout the entire match, all potentially 2-3 sets, Liberty North can pull this one off, I believe. But it's definitely not too late for Liberty to turn this one around.
Yeah, we just saw a block right there by Rachel Spainhauer. Really impressive. She's one of the great girls to have up front, just because of her height and her vertical. And she's really not afraid, take a hit.
Absolutely. Those volleyball players are tough, and I don't know if a lot of people realize that. They get hit in the face, they get hit in the arm, places that grown men would get hurt at. So you got to realize that this may not be a contact sport, but you're definitely going to get some bruises playing it.
I see a timeout taken. First one of the night. You know, it seems the predictions have been correct so far, with Liberty North taking a somewhat commanding lead of
Absolutely,
6 points. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Liberty get on a roll right here.
For sure, like you said, it's a momentum game, and when a team is on a run, it's hard for them to stop. So Liberty is really going to have to fight back and make sure they put an end to that. And as the timeout ends, I believe it is Liberty North serve. I will be able to confirm this here in about 10 seconds. And yes, it is Liberty North serve. So let's see. I don't think any team has had an ace yet tonight.
No, they have not.
Right here.
Liberty's been doing great with their second key to victory, which to make sure they have a good first touch. They've been doing that great all night, as we see a great pass right there yet again.
Great play right there by Liberty North. The effort on both sides of the net has been incredible. See them making nice strides to make sure they get the ball. Nice play right there by Liberty. As it is now 13-8. North still doing that thing where they're leaving that 5-point, 4-point cushion.
Yeah, and I believe that play was made by Megan Schneider, as she is a senior. So this could be her last potential matchup against Liberty North. So you know she wants to win really bad tonight.
Absolutely. Number 10 for Liberty right there serving is Step. She's a senior. 55 sets played this season. And nice. So we already got a point. I honestly did not see what happened there, but I guess it was a Liberty North point. Rachel Spanauer checks out for the Eagles. Allie Hinckley for Liberty North, the senior. Number 24 back to serve. Great play right there by Liberty, just striking the ball right onto the other side of the Liberty North net, where Liberty North could not do anything about it.
Yeah, that was number 14, Bailey Middleton, and she's a junior. We said her name a lot last year in this game, and we're going to say it a lot again tonight because she's a great player for Liberty.
For sure. So far, this has had a hardcore seesaw effect, just going back and forth with North just having that tiny bit of a lead. Liberty has to figure out a way to cut that. Oh, great block right there by Liberty. That's Taylor Gates, who just hit it over for Liberty North. And another great block. Liberty North trying to make something happen here, and that'll be a point for Liberty as North hits their own side of the net. Liberty reaches double digits as it is 14-10, and another timeout is taken.
Yeah, that's something you don't seem to see too often from outside hitter Taylor Gates. You know, typically she's able to get the ball over the net, but she can't let that get in her head. She's just got to keep playing her game and stay focused on the goal ahead. And here's Bailey Middleton. We mentioned her earlier. She is a junior. She has 203 kills, 212 digs, 28 aces, and she's played 55 sets so far this season. She's definitely a key player for Liberty. I keep an eye on her tonight.
For sure. She is the team leader in points this season at 125. So as a junior, that's pretty good. So they have her for one more season. So North has that to worry about for another year.
Yeah. That's something I really like about the Liberty North program is that it's a filter program. This year they only have 4 seniors. Last year they only had 2. So they really try and keep their program balanced age-wise.
For sure. It's really cool to see having a pretty equal amount of each class on the team, although the seniors are definitely last. Only 4 on the team. Great play. Liberty struggling, but trying to make something happen. North setting something up. Almost too far out. This is the kind of volleyball we like to see, Zach, just back and forth battles.
Yeah, what a great volley they have going back and forth and back and forth. And we saw a great pass right there by Grace Reinecke. This is her first year on the varsity team. Last year she sat on the varsity bench, played a little bit in some games, but this year she's seen a lot of playing time. She's a really impressive player.
Well, Zach, Liberty's on a 3-0 run. As we were saying, they need to figure out a way to stop Liberty North. And Liberty North takes another point. Again, maintaining that 3 to 5 point lead. I thought Liberty was coming back into it while they were on a run, but Liberty North has something to say about that. We have Addison Beagle back to serve for Liberty North. The score 15-11, Liberty North Eagles. Beagle, the junior. Sophomore, excuse me. Liberty
Wow. Great hit right there.
Absolutely, and it looked like a North player took a shot to the face maybe with the ball.
You know, I've heard rumors for certain teams, if they hit the opposing player in the face, they get a cookie cake. I'm not sure if that's the case
That
with
is messed up.
Liberty.
I hope not. but honestly,
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've
word on
heard.
the streets.
That's a word on the street.
Cookie cake for concussions. And that is a point for Liberty North.
Speaking of concussions, Sydney Macaluso's out with a concussion right now, 4-year starter on the varsity team. How do you think that's affected the team so far?
Honestly, the loss the other night, they didn't have Sydney, and I think that I wouldn't say that it had a complete impact on the loss, but I would say that the team chemistry was built around Sydney, as she is a senior, so they're used to her style and her playing. So they're obviously missing her because she is a key player, but I still think that they're going to be all right. We'll see what happens.
Something else to consider is, as we see another Liberty North point right there, something else to consider is that this season, Riley Stats toward ACL. So that's a key player who's also been starting since her freshman season, as she's just a junior, so she will be back next year. But to think, how could this season have been different with Sydney Macaluso healthy and Riley Stats? Like, how good could this team have been?
Absolutely. Riley Stats, torn ACL, not going to be even healthy for, I believe she runs track as well, and I don't think she's going to be back for that either. That is in February. I actually think that even starts in January. I'm not sure. I don't run track, but
yeah, track, they have to train a really long time. Usually starts up just after Thanksgiving. As we see Taylor Gates here, she's already had a couple great hits. She's an outside hitter, committed to Louisiana Lafayette. She has 198 kills, which averages out to 4.3 kills per set with 21 aces and 130 digs. It's really, really hard to get the ball on the ground around Taylor because she's so good at digs, and she also is just a great hitter, always getting the ball over the net.
Absolutely. Coming out of a quick little break there, Liberty North has the lead by 6. They're on a little bit of a run right here.
And we've seen the freshman Christian serve the ball again.
Let's see how North handles this as they have serve.
She seems to be in the rotation a lot tonight. That might be because of Sydney Macaluso's injury.
Got to find new players to fill new roles and find new positions in. Great play right there by Liberty. Nothing North could do about that one. It's now a 5-point game, 18-13.
Yeah, you know, as our football coaches, Coach Jones says, next man up. When someone goes down, it's just the next man up. You're expected to do the job. You've been practicing it just as much. You just gotta, and I think we see a lot of that out of Christian, as she's really stepped up to the role and played well these past couple games.
Absolutely. And North answers by getting a point right there, as it is now 19-13. North is now 6 points away from winning the first set. Liberty is 5 points away from tying it. 6 points away from tying. So they are both the same distance away from winning the set and tying the game right now. So Liberty must do something pretty quickly if they want to have a chance in this first set.
Yeah, we saw a great serve by Isabel Zimmerman right there. Liberty was not able to return the ball, so she'll go back and serve again.
And here we have number 10, Zimmerman, the sophomore.
Something interesting about Isabel Zimmerman is she has her sister Olivia Zimmerman on the team, so that's always kind of fun, you know, to go to practice with your sister, play games with her.
For sure, that's got to be a pretty cool experience that they'll never forget. Just playing volleyball with their sister in high school, and that is a point for Liberty, as it is now 20-14. Eagles. Is Liberty serve. That is number 26. Jay Renfro, the freshman. So this is the equivalent to Christian on the Liberty North team.
And she's the libero and outside hitter for Liberty. She's a really key part to this team. Her freshman year, you know, really made an impact.
Absolutely. North is now 4 points away from winning this first set. Zach, what do you think? Do you think Liberty can pull back a little comeback right here and win the first set, or do you think North's got it?
I think it all depends on this serve by Sydney Jacquin right here to see if they are able to return it or not. As we see the ball goes out right now, I feel like Liberty North's going to be on a run, but as soon as I say that, Liberty's going to get a point.
For sure. Up by 8, 3 points away from the first set being in their hands. I think North is going to get this one. Let's see what happens. I don't want to speak too soon because anything can happen in sports, as we all know. Great play right there by Steinar.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she got in the net there or not, but it looks like they didn't call it.
I saw that. I was wondering the same thing, but it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Looks like the net is moving.
Jacqueline here to serve.
Interesting, no call by the refs.
Hard spike right there by Liberty, and
Hinkley sets it to outside hitter
Liberty
Taylor
North
Gates.
doing great on defense. And wow, it is now a 10-point match. Liberty North is now up by double digits.
Something to take note of right now is look at the height Liberty North has in the front line with Taylor Gates and Rachel Spainhauer.
For sure.
It's
Definitely
hard to get the ball over the net when you have two people over 6 foot
Absolutely.
defending. And as soon as I say that, they let the ball get over the net.
It's all right. I still believe North's going to get this one only 1 point away until they win the first set. And of course, we all know volleyball is the first to win 2 out of the 3, or 3 out of the 3, depending on how far it goes. It's just the first team to win 2. So we'll see what ends up happening here after this. North trying to make something happen. Great save right there by Liberty. Liberty hits it over. North trying to make something happen still and take the first set. Oh man.
A great tip right there and save.
This is a battle right now, and Liberty North wins the first set.
25-15. That's really got to give Liberty North all the momentum right now.
For sure,
Winning
that's
by
gotta
10
sting
in
for
the
Liberty.
first set. That's really a statement set right there.
For sure. If you lose by double digits, you're probably going to have some anger filled within you. And hopefully they use that in the correct way, though, this second set. And hopefully bring themselves back in this one and win the second set. If not, it'll be game over. Taking a quick little break. Intermission.
While we have a quick break, let's just talk a little bit about the district standings right now. We see Liberty is sitting 7-3 in district play, and North just lost their first game in district play. So this is a game that really matters because they're both at the top of their district, only losing a combined total of 4 district games between the two teams. They're really talented teams, and this game means a lot from both of them. Let's take a look at who the players are playing for tonight. We asked the Liberty North seniors about someone in their life who they are playing for tonight in the Defeat All Cancer game. As we have Sydney Macaluso, as she is playing for her great aunt who has breast cancer. Audrey Jackson, who is playing for Jean Jackson, who is her mom. Taylor Gates, who is playing for her grandma who has liver cancer, and Allie Hinkley, who is playing for her old volleyball coach who has breast cancer.
And it's always nice to see that little personal note on who they're playing for. It just shows it's much deeper than volleyball, and you know they're playing for that person in mind, dedicating their performance to that person in this game, and perhaps the whole season. With that being said, so you know, look at that student section North has going. You know, this year we're both seniors, Zach, and I can 100% say for every sport so far, the North student section has been unmatched compared to all the other years I've been here. Like,
I think part of that has to do with Coach Dom. Coach Ryan Dom has kind of taken over the student section and become a leader there, organizing a lot of the events that they do and a lot of the things they go to, getting people to all sports, not just football and basketball like we've seen in past years, but we've really seen the student section extend to volleyball and certain softball games so far this season. So it's really, really cool what they've been able to do with the student section and really be able to show the school spirit Liberty North has.
Mm-hmm. North is back on the court, looking to win the second set and the match, while Liberty has other plans in mind as they take the court.
To me, if I was playing for Liberty and I saw Liberty North storm the court like that, like be the first ones on the court, excited to play, you can just see Liberty North has the juice right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Liberty's kind of walking around, Liberty North jumping and doing high fives. They look really excited to play. Liberty looks kind of down. So
Sure, you got to have that energy, Zach, because we both know that juiceless is
useless.
absolutely. So North is out here looking excited. So Liberty hopefully has something to say about that. If not, I don't feel too confident in them coming back to win this set because they have to have that great attitude being down 1-0.
I mean, you can just look on Megan Schneider's face right there. She looks a little bit nervous.
For sure. You know, you just got to take it one set at a time. For now, and that's not what Liberty wants, but, you know, it's still 1-0, so.
Another hit by Sydney Jacqueline. Great play by her right there. She
Looks like the Liberty North girls are just laughing a lot and almost making it look like it's a little easy.
You know, and I don't blame them. This is one of the biggest environments that they're going to play in during their whole volleyball career for most of them.
For sure.
There's a lot of people at this game. And the only thing that could compare could be certain tournaments and state championships.
I thought that was an ace, but it was just outside of the boundaries.
For Liberty Point. But yeah, this is a great environment that we have in the field house right now.
For sure. These volleyball girls, they work hard every day. We leave football practice and they're still there sometimes, so you know they're working just as hard as us for their craft as we are for ours, so it's great to see their hard work paying off here. And we have that close-up shot for you guys to see. We have a great battle going on, but Liberty gets that one and takes the first lead of the night in this second set, 2-1.
And now we're seeing the juices start to flow on the Liberty side of the court, which we haven't really seen tonight, but
sure.
With taking their first lead, you can definitely see the juices flowing.
Like you were saying in the first set, it's all about momentum, momentum, momentum. And number 10 for Liberty North, Isabel Zimmerman, the sophomore, tried to make something happen there, but ran into the net. It'll be 3-1 Liberty.
And suddenly, you don't see Liberty North jumping around anymore when Liberty gets their lead. It's really a momentum sport. Whoever has the momentum is going to win.
For sure, and you got to stay focused. And just like that, it's just like how it was for the first set for Liberty North, but reversed. It is 4-1 Liberty. Yeah,
we just saw Beagle hit the ground right there after she missed that pass to Taylor Gates. So looks like some frustration with the Liberty North team right now. Still only down by 3.
Great playing right here by North. Great play. And North will get a point, 4-2. Number 10, Isabel Zimmerman will serve for Liberty North. Zimmerman dribbling. Serves it.
Something I've always wondered about volleyball players is if you look, they never have their knee pads on their knees. And that's because they always get court burn, whatever you'd like to call it, below their knees. So they always wear them underneath their kneecaps, which I always think is just kind of interesting.
For sure.
But if you look, everybody has their knee pads like that.
That's weird, Zach, and I don't even know if I've realized that. Actually, when you get those close-up shots and you see it better, that's pretty interesting. I did not know that. And that is a point for Liberty North.
And yeah, the ball went outside the antenna right there. We see Taylor Gates and Rachel Spanhauer right there with the yellow ribbon and hair for Coach James.
Man, serving seems so difficult, Zach. I know I could not do that. When we play Bayou ball, as Coach Jones calls it, in weight training on Wednesday game days, serving is definitely my weakness. And so these volleyball girls, they definitely have a talent. You got to admire it.
Yeah, we see Sydney Jacqueline serving right now. This is only her junior year, so she'll be back again next year. But a change I've noticed for her is I believe she was the libero coming up through the program. So maybe potentially next year, once Allie Hinkle leaves, she could become the libero for this Liberty North team.
For sure, Zach. And I believe subs are being made right now for both teams. Let's see how that makes an impact on North being down 6-4 and Liberty having a little bit of momentum going right now. It's Liberty's serve. It's number 25, Glazer, the senior. Great play by their Liberty North, 65.
Yeah, that was Grace Reinecke on the hit right there. Another junior who's really played well this season.
And this set has been a pretty different story than the last one, as the last one, obviously, Liberty North was just up at all times by at least 3 points, it felt like. But now it's been, Liberty's been in the lead the whole time, but it's always been about a 1-2 point game, so close. A little bit of a seesaw battle going on right now, going back and forth. I wonder how much pounds of energy goes into when they hit those balls like that.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just, yeah, and there's a Liberty point after probably about 40 seconds of playing.
I think it's muscle memory because to a lot of these girls, with how much they practice, it's just instinctual. It's kind of like throwing a baseball. You don't really think about how far you're going to throw it or how fast you're going to throw it. You just kind of aim and throw. And that's what I think these girls kind of do. It's just muscle memory with how much practice they put in.
I agree, Zach. After you do something enough, it's definitely going to be lodged into your brain. You're going to know how to do it. And that's a great play by Liberty.
Yeah, that was a great save by Grace Reinecke. Yeah.
I could have sworn it hit the ground, but it still ends up being Liberty
great
point.
dig right there. Barely got her hand underneath that ball. Flattened her hand out and just got her fingertips underneath it, but that was enough. But unfortunately for her, Liberty did come back and get the point.
See if North can get back in this one. Great play right there. Absolutely hitting it with force to the other side. Spainhour checks out for number 10, Isabel Zimmerman.
You know, I think it'll be really interesting in these next 2 years to see how far Rachel Spainhour can go. We've seen Taylor Gates with her going to Louisiana Lafayette. I really can't wait to see what teams show interest in Rachel Spainhour too, as she's one of the power people on this Liberty North team.
And Allie Hinckley serves for Liberty North, but hits the net. That is about the easiest point you can give the other team. They do not want to do that, Zach.
Yeah, in comparison to baseball, that's like striking out. You just got to right back at it.
Yes.
We see Liberty have the same issue with Brooklyn Young.
What are the odds back-to-back that happens?
Yeah. But as I was saying, it's just like striking out in baseball. You got to give the other team a chance to make a mistake. And by serving it into the net, you're not able to do that. And just like baseball, whenever you swing and miss, you're not giving the other team a chance to make a mistake.
Here's Liberty's point of view on what they're trying to do. Great save there by Liberty North. That was Taylor Gates. Oh, and it hits the Jumbotron, I believe. It looked like it hit the bottom of it. And it'll be 10-7 Liberty.
Yeah, something to keep in mind on volleyball is that you can play it off the ceiling. You just got to be
crazy.
You just got to be careful. It comes down a lot faster when that happens, and I'm sure that's extremely difficult to see a ball coming twice as fast down towards your face.
For sure. We have Liberty serve, and this set so far has kind of been opposite story of the last. Liberty maintaining that 3-point lead that North was doing so well with the last set. Got a little break going on here. The Liberty team captains addressing the teammates.
Yeah, I believe they're trying to figure out substitutions right now. It looks like there was a little bit of confusion on the Liberty bench.
Number 7 for Liberty, Schneider, ready to get things going as the rest of the team is huddled. And we will be back underway right now. Great setup right there. It'll be a point North, 10-8. Blue Jays.
Yeah, as we see the freshman Christian coming back into the game, right here to serve for North. She's been doing well so far tonight. Let's see if she can keep it going.
For sure, and her serve goes over the net, and wow, that was a shot. Those things gotta be traveling, I don't even know, 30, 40. Oh, and it's North Point? Or North Point? That could be, yeah, it's 8-11 Liberty.
Yeah, sorry for that. Our technical difficulties right there.
We got Liberty serve right here. Liberty North kind of looking like a different team this set. Still playing great defense though, despite being down by 3. We'll see what can happen here. Oh, and a little bit of miscommunication there on the north side of the ball. 2 girls going for it at the same time.
Yeah, that's always something that you can't really avoid, as we see a timeout taken by Liberty North right there. You know, when you both call for it and you're both going for it, sometimes it's just the unfortunate event of you running into each other. So let's look at Madison Korf right now. She's a sophomore, number 27 on the Liberty team. And so far this season, she has 179 kills. Her kill percentage is 40.3%. And versus Truman earlier this month on October 1st, she had 7 kills. That's really an outstanding performance for her,
especially for a sophomore.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, that's really cool.
And Liberty North once again, the first back on the court. I'm eager to see what happens here. If North looks like they have some smiles on their face, so I think they still feel like they have that Eagle mentality, as they call it, to get back in this one. And I wouldn't even say that they're out of it. Down 4, that's really, I mean, you know, you were saying it's a game of runs, and runs can happen at any time for either team, so. Liberty serve. Liberty North. Liberty sets it up, and point Liberty.
Yeah, as we see Liberty take a 13-8 lead, we've definitely seen a lot of improvements defensively for Liberty so far this set. Liberty North seemed a little bit out of sync defensively, but Liberty's been able to put a lot of stops to their momentum.
Here comes Liberty once again with another serve. Allie Hinckley passing it off to her other Liberty North teammates. Great play by North right there. Will now be 13-9. These 2 sets have been polar opposites, Zach, I swear, because first set, North maintained that 3 to 5 point lead, and now Liberty's doing the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if North goes on a run here soon. I personally feel like they're the more talented team this year, as Liberty lost a lot of talent in the past season.
For sure, and you know Liberty's got to be hungry. Like we were saying, they're the underdogs in this one, as North was favored to win, and North beat them just a few weeks ago. So they're definitely wanting to beat them in North's home court.
Yeah, something cool that they're doing tonight is the pink volleyball for breast cancer awareness. As we saw a hit by Taylor Gates go out. She said, "My bad," right there. You read her lips. Something that doesn't happen very often, but Liberty's on a roll right now as they're up by 6. This could be difficult for North to come back from.
For sure, and the easiest points you can give the opposing team right there.
Right into the net.
Here goes North with the serve. Down 5.
Yeah, we got Burns serving tonight now. Good hit,
Liberty.
and it was tipped by North before it went out of bounds. Score is now 16-10, Liberty. About where we were at in the first set.
For sure, it's looking the same. And
With
once Liberty North in the last set reached about 17-18, that's when they really started to pull away. So let's see what happens in this one for Liberty. Nice save. Liberty has been playing like a completely different team this set.
See a good volley going on by Liberty North.
Absolutely. And oh man, here's a battle going on right here for a point. Who wants it more? And it'll be Liberty North point.
Yeah, you can see how excited the girls got after that point. When you really have those really long volleys, it just kind of amps the team up whenever you come down with those points. As we see Taylor Gates going back to serve. 16-11. Now it's only a 5-point difference.
Zach, this set, I would say that Liberty North has been playing pretty equal in goodness to how they were the first set, as Liberty scores right there again. I just think Liberty is simply outplaying them this one.
Yeah, the Liberty side seems to be a little bit more excited than the North side at the moment. I think that's just, it's a momentum game. We've said that, we keep coming back to that every single time when we're trying to describe why something's happening, but it's really just momentum.
Absolutely. And there are some empty seats in the bleachers, but if you look around at the top of the field house, there are way more people up there, so it is a packed house in there. And that can only help the energy for the home team, of course.
And you also got to remember that on the other side of our camera, that there is 2 more sets of bleachers that are packed. We can kind of see them at the bottom of the screen right there.
Absolutely, got a couple thousand here tonight. Man, oh man. And is outside of the box. Good effort though by North. It will be 18-12 Liberty.
Still a 5-point game. Just close enough for Liberty to close it out, but just far enough for Liberty to come back. I still think this set is anybody's set.
For sure. North can still do it. As far as both teams concerned, it is still 0-0. And North gets the point right there. 5-point game now. North is closer to tying it than Liberty is to winning it. So North still has a pretty good chance, I would say, to come back. But they got to act pretty quick if they want to do so. Liberty setting something up right there. Great block right there, but wow, I feel like North could have done something with that one.
Yeah, just another miscommunication. We've seen that a couple times from the Liberty North team. And I think with the injuries, that's what's going to happen. You're not used to playing with these starters in the rotation. So I think that with more games and more sets, it will become more comfortable for them. They will kind of learn each other's styles. But right now, you also got to remember, a lot of these injuries just happened recently. So, and one injury changes the lineup pretty drastically. Now let's look at Liberty High School stats so far in the season. They're averaging 12 kills per set. They have 100 blocks so far, 18.2 digs per set, 122 aces, and their hit percentage is 221.
And the timeout is over. The teams are back on the court. It is a 6-point game. And just like the first set, Zach, North is 6 points away from tying it. Liberty is 6 points away from winning the set.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic.
We have a battle going on here, Zach, and as the game has gone on, that's North Point. They are hyped right there. It's just hard to see. It's just hard to see. It's hard to see. Great effort there by both teams, but it's still not. I thought it went out of bounds, but that is there. That's number 16, Addison Beagle, and that's Liberty ball, Liberty point, 20-14.
Yeah, and back for Liberty, we have number 10, Morgan Cannon, going back to serve.
And that was Liberty on the serve, but we have some North girls running into each other. That was Addison Beagle and number 10, Zimmerman, running into each other. Just had a little bit of miscommunication there. is 21-14 Liberty. And this is going to be Liberty serve once again. Man, North is just looking rough right now. Like I was saying though, this set has been a polar opposite as what the first one was. It's literally, it was 14-22 North at one point in the first set, so it's literally polar opposite. I know I just said the word literally probably way too many times. North makes a great effort once again, but can't do anything about it as the ball goes out of boundaries after they touched it last. It is 23-14. Zach, I would say that Liberty's going to win this set.
Yeah, they only got 2 points to go. Let's see if Elizabeth Stepp can just pull this out.
Is that the first ace of the night?
I believe it was the second. I believe Isabel Zimmerman had one earlier in the game.
Okay. Well, it is now a 10-point game. And if North scores one more and Liberty scores one more, it'll be the exact same as the first set, but flipped. And North did just score one more. It's going to get really weird here if Liberty wins this set right here and it's the exact same score as the first one was. And they do. That is the end of the second set. It is tied 1-1.
Yeah, let's revisit some of the keys to victory going into this third set to see how they've been doing so far.
For Liberty, we were talking about how they need to play solid defense, which I would definitely say that they shut down North for the most part, that second set. Having that good first touch.
So let's talk about North's keys first. We're really talking about them working together. We kind of saw that fall apart in the second set right there with all the freshmen and the seniors kind of struggling to communicate, prevent aces and scoring opportunities. We saw them do a really great job of all those in the first set, but the second set they tend to lack a little bit.
For sure, and as they switch sides one more time, both teams have won on one side and both teams have lost on one side, so the side on the left that you are facing is the side that they've lost on, so maybe that is just not where you want to be.
Well, they're going to flip halfway between this set, so looks like we'll be here for a while because it'll just be back and forth.
For sure. They do one more final huddle, and we look at the Liberty keys to victory, as I was saying just a little bit ago, as I was mistaken for Liberty North. They must have that solid defense, which they've had the entire second set, beating Liberty North by 10. Having that good first touch, but I would say they didn't have as much in the first set, but the second set they took off with a pretty good lead, and they did so. And then taking care of the ball on their side of the net, as said by their coach, they were doing pretty well with that. They just needed to stop those silly mistakes where they hit the net on a serve. But both teams had one of those, at least one of those, so both teams can look to improve upon that. It's going to be a fun final set here.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We got a minute left until the set starts, but you can already tell that everybody's really excited as the Liberty student section is flipping sides. That's not something you always see with volleyball. You know, typically you just wait for your team to come right back. I'm not sure that they know that in 8 short points they will be back on that side. So it'll be interesting to see if they stay there or come back.
For sure, and you see Coach Dowden there hyping up her team, just reminding them that this is the crosstown rivalry. This should mean everything to them in this moment. They shouldn't be thinking about any past games, any future games. They should be thinking about right now and beating their opponent. And I can guarantee you the Liberty coach is saying pretty similar things as it is tied 1-1. I mean, it has to be. And you see the Liberty student section switch over. You gotta love to see that following their team. And we're going to take a quick break right here before this third set. We will see you guys shortly.
Hawthorne Bank believes in its customers and their dreams for the future.
About 5 years ago, when we had a smaller space and it was time to move, I had a vision for what I wanted, and Hawthorne was the one that could see the vision. honestly, I don't think it could have happened without Hawthorne Bank.
I'm Kent Peterson, Market President for Hawthorne Bank. We are proud to support Liberty Public Schools and the Liberty community. Hawthorne Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
First, trying to make that statement here each set, and you gotta love that confidence. But you know, maybe Liberty's getting a little more assurance and game prep in that huddle. So we'll see how that helps both teams. We'll see how that ends up shaping the outcome of the game as the third set is about to get underway, and the winner of this one will go home with the victory.
Yeah, they'll be ringing the Liberty Bell tonight, as some of the rivalries say in other sports. It'll be interesting to see the substitution changes that each team has made going into the third set, seeing what's worked well for them and what hasn't, to see kind of as the game's gone on.
It'll be Liberty serve, and that is number 10, Elizabeth Stepp, the 5'5" senior. Liberty getting ready as Liberty North has been on the court ready for about a minute, and Stepp will serve. North with a quick statement, taking the lead, 1-0.
Yeah, they were really excited right there. All of them jumping for joy. Just getting that first point, you see how much this game means to them.
It will be Liberty North serve. That is number 1, Christian, the freshman that we have been mentioning throughout this game, who has been having some great serve so far. Great defense there by Liberty as they set up an offensive play, but North shuts it down. Great effort there by North. Liberty keeps it up though. Liberty trying to make something happen. North's defense is saying nope. And that goes out of bounds, so it will be Liberty ball, and they tie it 1-1.
Yeah, right
Liberty
there.
to serve.
Beagle had a great set right there, getting a couple digs, a couple saves, but eventually hitting the ball out of bounds.
That is number 25, Emily Glazer, serving for Liberty, the senior. Out of bounds there for North. It'll be 2-1 Blue Jays.
Yeah, Liberty North just has to find their groove. I'm sure the Park Hill South loss is still in the back of their brains, but they just got to remember who they are as a team.
Absolutely, and you know, if Liberty does come away with this one, the outcome for the two teams playing each other this season, that's a Liberty point. The outcome for the matchup this season will be tied 1-1 as North beat them earlier this season.
And they
Emily Glazer once again for Liberty serving as they lead 3-1. Allie Hinckley with good defense there. North takes a shot but gets blocked, but get the ball back. They have another chance. Liberty has stepped up their defense. That is the number one thing I've noticed since the end of the first set.
And we just saw Taylor Gates with the block right there. That was a really good block. Really,
Man, that was crazy. Great effort there by Liberty. Are you kidding me?
and they are able to get the ball back over.
This is ridiculous defense by Liberty. Oh my goodness, Allie Hinkle backpedaling from North to try and make something happen. This has been possibly the biggest battle of the game so far, and that is Liberty after about a minute of going back and forth. That is a Liberty point, and it is 4-1.
Yeah, we had a couple great saves right there by that Liberty team. Everybody played their part in that volley going back and forth.
The Liberty student section absolutely wild right now in Liberty North's fieldhouse, something that the Liberty North student section cannot be happy with. Yeah, Liberty North falling on their face here in this start of this set. definitely not what they talked about in that huddle, and they have to take a timeout to discuss once more. Zach, North can't keep playing like this and win this.
Yeah, that was an early timeout made by Coach Chapman right there, just 6 points into the last set. You know, typically you see closer, tightly contested sets. You know, timeouts are called later to make the adjustments to see if they've got a run going later in the set. But obviously, Liberty has things figured out for them right now. It'll be interesting to see what little adjustments they can make going into the last set. Because it's not like football where you can just take out someone who's not playing well. Once you give them your lineup for the set, then they have to be in the whole set. So it's just kind of helping the players who are playing right now, making sure their mindset is in the right place.
For sure. You see the Liberty girls in their huddle smiling, looking like they're enjoying their time, whereas the Liberty North huddle, it looked like they were very serious and locked in and almost upset. And why shouldn't they be? They're getting beat in their home court, and that is not what they want to do, especially playing their crosstown rival, the Liberty Blue Jays. And like we've said, this rivalry has gotten not very pretty over the past couple of years, regardless of the sport. So, you know, you always want to be able to have those bragging rights that your school kind of, I wouldn't say owns the other, but has the other's name until they play each other again.
Well, it means a lot to each school. You know, the bragging rights are a big deal across Liberty because, you know, everybody in the town typically shows up for the Liberty North events. It's always really interesting. And, you know, we always see the Barstool accounts go back and forth against each other.
Absolutely.
It's kind of something fun to watch.
For sure. This is number 25, Emily Glazer serving. That was Liberty. And this third set, I bet we're going to see a few of those hard-fought battles, Zach. Those 30-plus second long back and forth battles, which is what makes volleyball so entertaining to watch. And Allie Hinckley tried to make something happen right there, but it goes backwards. It's 6-1 Liberty. And North does not want them to get too big of a lead here to start the set, or else they're just, I don't want to say not have any chance, but the chances are rocking each time Liberty scores, excuse me.
Yeah, they really have to kill this run here in order to stay in the game.
Absolutely, it's almost like that first set got the, and there's another one for Liberty as they're just.
Liberty North just looks out of sync these past two sets. The first set they came out, they looked confident and they played well. The past two, they just looked out of sync. I don't know really how to explain it or what happened. They came out with the juice. But whenever you're down and facing adversity, you can't turn on each other. And I feel like they've put part of the blame on themselves instead of working together to come defeat the opponents.
For sure, that team chemistry has almost disappeared. And that'll be a point with the North. Hopefully that point can maybe get some momentum going for them.
Yeah, make this match tightly contested.
This will be number 10, Isabel Zimmerman, the sophomore, to Liberty North going back. She has 48 sets played so far this season and 158 kills. Let's see how she serves this one up for them. She has an ace earlier this game for Liberty North. Great block right there by Liberty North, but it actually falls down, and that will be point Liberty. 8-2 Liberty Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Liberty girls having fun right there. You know, they're up big.
And Liberty North hitting it over to Liberty North. Playing some solid defense right here. Trying to get a point on the board desperately. Liberty is just in complete control of this game. As North gets a point though.
Yeah, something to take note of is that the teams did not switch sides at 8 points, so this match will be going to 25 in the third set.
North looking over to Coach Dowden, their head coach, for some tips real quick, and this would be number 19, Burns, the sophomore. Great play right there by Liberty North, and
Good volleyball.
thought Liberty had a chance to get the point right there. And they might, and they won't though, as it goes out of bounds as Liberty North ball. So it's not a 4-point game.
Yeah, this is Liberty North creeping their way back into the game, just like they always do.
Burns once again serving it up for Liberty North. Out of bounds, and it'll be 8-5 Liberty North.
Yeah, now we kind of see the emotion switch flip. We see Liberty North with the teary faces and Liberty looking a bit concerned.
The refs approve them to get the serve going for this part, and Zimmerman's serve goes to Liberty. Liberty cuts it over, but it goes out of bounds. North is within 2 points all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a momentum game. Liberty North obviously has the momentum right now.
For sure, in all of these past few rounds that they've been doing, and they have to take a timeout as North is dragging their way back into this one. This is exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this game turns out. You know, we got a 2-point game right now. Two of the teams at the top of the conference standings. And let's take a look at Isabel Zimmerman's stats so far. She has 149 kills on the season, a 37% hitting percentage, 25 aces and 49 blocks. She's second only to Taylor Gates in a lot of those stats, except for the blocks. She's leading that this year.
And you can see some smiles there on the North girls' faces. You didn't see that heading into the third set. But now as they're on a little bit of a run, and if you look at Liberty, their smiles are gone. So they're in the lead, but they're still feeling that pressure now as North is kind of gaining on them. And it will be Liberty North serve, I believe.
Yeah, it's honestly a toss-up to see who wins this game. Right now, with the way the teams stand, I think that both of them are very evenly matched. I feel like this was a great match from the beginning. Whichever team's really had the momentum has been the one leading.
Absolutely great play right there by North to save it, but it'll be Liberty North point, and they come within 1. They're within 1, and ever since this run started, number 19, Burns, the sophomore, has been serving, so maybe North wants to keep her going at this spot.
Yeah, she's really had a great performance tonight, you know, keeping the run, and as soon as I say that,
that's perfect timing.
Goes
That's
out.
why I said that. Yep.
So it is now 9-7 Liberty.
Still though, North cannot take getting back into this game for granted. They're within 2, but they were down by 6 at one point. So if they keep that momentum up, you already know they have a chance. And that goes off on Liberty, and it is now a 1-point game once again. And you can see in the bottom left the Liberty North student section height.
Yeah, that was a great hit by Taylor Gates right there. She goes back to serve for Liberty North. Let's see if she can get a run going.
Pretty soon we'll try and get you guys a shot of the Liberty North student section after one of North's points. They always go crazy, just like the bench does. It's pretty fun to watch. And if not, you can always see Liberty's. North making something happen, but it hits the net, and that'll be point Liberty.
Yeah, you can see the frustration of Taylor Gates right there, you know, hitting the ball into the net. I believe that's the 3rd time that's happened tonight. That's not typical for her.
For sure, and this will be number 2, Grace Tony, the 5'10" freshman for Liberty, serving it.
Yeah, there we see another freshman getting called up. So really very similar programs between Liberty and Liberty North.
And here we go, Liberty North. Wow, it is now another 1-point game. Oh,
no, Liberty got the point.
Excuse me. I saw the Liberty North bench get pretty excited there for a second. But yes, it is 11-8 Liberty. This is Tony, Grace Tony. Nothing North can do about that one. That was a perfectly placed ball on that serve. It's 12-8 Liberty. And this is not what North wants to happen. Those 4+ point deficits are just not good really in volleyball.
Yeah, I think you saw. I think she saw North's front creeping a little bit to the left, and then she just put it right on the right where they had to dive back and try and dig the ball out, but it just did not work for them.
This is Grace Tony once again, serving it for Liberty High School. And Tony wants to do something with that one, but decides not to as it earns her team a point. And I thought it was 12-8, but it is now 12-8. I'm not sure what happened to that other point. Grace Tony serves it up. North putting together a play, sets it over the net. Liberty doing the same. Sends it over there, and nothing North can do about it. It is 13-8. Liberty takes the lead by 5. In the third set, momentum's everything, and I guess it might be 14-8. I stand corrected. I thought that there was another point there.
Yeah, you were correct, Nick. The score is 14-8. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties.
And great save there by Liberty North, but it'll be North point as they now come to 9 points in the third set.
Yeah, and those are the type of serves that make you hold your breath for both teams. When it just clips the top of the net like that, you don't know which side it's going to fall on, so it's really either teams. Both teams hold their breath because you don't know whether you're going to get the ball on your side or whether the serve didn't make it over the net.
For sure, and that looks like it's going to be North point. So North reaches double digits and is now 14-10. 14-10 was also a score in the last set. Liberty was also in the lead the last set. So as of right now, if things are going the same way as the second set, Liberty will win this. And I don't want to base it off of previous times, of course, but just looking at this, the previous, but North scores and it's 14-11.
Yeah, you can see they're really excited about that. Liberty North does not think they're out of this game.
Absolutely not, Zach, and they aren't. Honestly, I think that if you're within, even 5 points, you have a chance, and it doesn't even matter what the winning team had. And man, Liberty is sending it over there, it's so close. And they get a point for it as well. It's 15-11 Liberty. But yeah, definitely not over for Liberty North. They have time, and they have plenty of opportunities ahead. It's still anyone's match.
Yeah, we see Megan Schneider back to serve for Liberty. Ball set up.
North sends it over, and not what you want to do, especially in the third set.
Yeah, and that was a block by number 1, Brooklyn Young, the freshman. Really great block by her right there.
Wow, Zach, it's a 5-point game here. Liberty scoring more than North is, and that would be number 7, Megan Schneider, with the serve for Liberty. Liberty's defense has been stellar the second and third set. And their offense, look at them go. It's 17-11. Liberty's getting close to the victory here. Number 7, Schneider, passes it off as they will take a timeout.
Yeah, we saw Liberty take a timeout right there. Really trying to kill the momentum of Liberty right now. The strategic move by Coach Chapman on the Liberty North side.
For sure, and for Liberty, key players side, the coach said that all of the players were key players and that the team needs to play well to win. And I would say that is exactly what is going on right now. We may agree, Zach, that North is the more talented team on paper, but the Liberty coach is correct. If all of them are playing well and the team is playing well, then they will win the game. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and that's just the coaching philosophy right there. You know, it doesn't matter how good your players are, it's how good your team can play as a unit.
For sure, and since the first set, I would have to say that Liberty has just been playing, I don't want to say much better, but definitely better than North. North was dominating the first set, but ever since then it's been a different story.
Yeah, after the first set, I thought it was going to be a short night for everyone, with Liberty North going up by 10 and made it look easy.
For sure, and North sets it up right here and gets a spike over the net, but good block right there by North, but Liberty gets the shot for another chance. Great block there from North. It is now 17-12 as North gets a point.
Yeah, those 3 blocks in a row right there by Addison Beagle. Really impressive night so far from her. She's back to serve also.
She's a sophomore who also played last year in her freshman year. A great leader on the team, I've heard. for only being an underclassman, that's exactly what you need on a team.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see the underclassmen stick up and play those leadership roles.
For sure, Liberty trying to make something happen. And here we have one of those battles we were talking about where it just keeps going back and forth. And that'll be Liberty point. It's now a 4-point game.
Yeah. Liberty North, he said Liberty, sorry.
Sorry. It gets kind of weird, little tongue twister like.
Beagle back to serve again.
Something is for sure. We couldn't have asked for a better matchup on the dig floor here tonight as it's going back and forth.
Yeah, really tightly contested match.
Liberty looking for a point right here. Great play there by Allie Hinckley, the senior on Liberty North. Nice effort from both teams right here. Who wants it more? North does, as Liberty has a mental error hitting their own net. It is now a 3-point game, 17-14. Zach, I would love to see North get back in this one and take a lead potentially, as they have not led since early the second set. And even then, that was by 1. So
yeah, Liberty North did a great job of not giving up the lead in the first set, and Liberty's done a great job of that the past 2 sets. So it's really good. And just as I said,
there you see that. Yeah, you see Liberty score a point right there as they get closer and closer to a victory. And I would say scoring 6 points to win the game is easier than scoring 5 points to take the lead. So I would say Liberty has the favor right here, but of course anything can happen. We've been saying that. It's just a momentum game. Not sure how many times we are going to say that, but we will keep reminding you that. Liberty, great block by North, and that earns them the point. That was Rachel Spanauer. Excuse me, that was number 10, Isabel Zimmerman.
Yeah, we said her name a lot tonight. You know, underclassmen really stepping up and playing great.
This is number 1, Christian. Great play as North gets a point right there.
As we have an 18-6 game for Liberty High School right now.
And
good volley going back and forth.
Great. Now it's a 1-point game, Zach. This third set
and
is
they called it a tip.
Oh, wow.
They called it a tip.
Coach Dowden has something to say to the refs about that one. But it looks like it will stay 18-17.
That might be an awkward night at home because that's a Liberty North parent who just called the tip right there on Liberty North.
Absolutely. We have multiple huddles on the court discussing what could potentially be going on right here.
Seeing the tip.
And Misha refs seeing what should be done here. Looks like it's going to remain 18-17 with North getting the serve. So this is, I just had to take a deep breath, Zach, because this is getting exciting here as it gets closer to the end.
Yeah, we have a 1-point game right now. Really exciting finish.
Oh, it's 18-16. They did take away that point. And Liberty gets another point, so it is now 19-16. I don't want to say not good for the Eagles quite yet, but they need to get something going here as an offense and as a defense.
Yeah, this is when you separate the good teams from the great teams. Liberty North's really going to have to come together right here as they did right there, letting that ball go. You know, if it's hot, don't touch it.
Absolutely, and there's Liberty kind of hurting themselves as they give up an easy point for Liberty North. 19-17, 6 points away Liberty is until winning this game. 8 points for North. North hitting it around. Now it'll be Liberty point.
Yeah, we saw a tip by Liberty North right there. Tried to get the block, but it just didn't work out in their favor. See Liberty going back to serve yet again.
Number 22, Janai Moultrie, the junior at Liberty, checks out. This is number 18, Ashley Mullen, serving for Liberty. Great play right there by Liberty North, and this is a nail biter. North just needs to get at least a tie. They've gotten it within 1 point a few times.
Yeah, all the players on the court look very confident right now, you know. Very impressive from such still relatively young athletes playing in a huge environment like this. They all look very calm, cool, and collected.
Absolutely, here we go. Liberty the first team to reach 20 points this set. They're 5 away, and that is unstoppable really when a D1 player like Taylor Gates hits it that hard towards you. I mean, I would jump out right away at that point.
Yeah, look how humble she stays. You know, she celebrated for a moment, but now she's just focused on the next point. You know, you can't let the past determine what's gonna lie ahead of you.
A chance for North to tie it here, Zach. In that North student section, if we score right here, I'd love to get a look at them. And they do! I know the North student section is wild right now. It is tied up 20-20. You can see the North bench going wild as they take a timeout.
Yeah, Liberty is taking a timeout. You know, that's the first one in this third set. Really, really impressive. Let's look at Liberty North's season stats so far. They have 578 kills, 110 aces, 905 digs, 528 assists, and a hit percentage of .231 on the season. Very impressive stats. This is one of the best teams, if not the best team in Liberty North history when it comes to volleyball. We've seen a lot of people with a lot of talent play for quite some time on this team. As here we see the student section getting all amped up to watch the close of this game, and it is tied with just 5 points remaining.
This is going to be a crazy, probably final 10 or so minutes, Zach. Brace yourselves, everybody. I honestly don't even want to make a prediction.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything and jinx it, because honestly, this is a great game.
I wouldn't even be surprised either way, but I would say this, whoever does lose, it'll be a heartbreaker as how close it's been.
But, I don't think they can be too upset, because I feel like this has been a
gets a point there and takes the lead. I can't believe it is 21-20. North's first lead since the first set, Zach. And with that in mind, the refs are discussing something in such a crucial time of the game. Why not just let them play? I honestly don't even know what they're talking about here.
Yeah, Liberty North seems to be upset, but it looks like they got the point. Let's see if that point is taken away from them.
And it is. That is killer. I'm not sure what was happening there to make them lose that point, but it is now tied up once again. Hopefully that doesn't come back and end up hurting North in the final. It is number 19 for North. Burns, the sophomore, serving it off. The one who took them on their run earlier this set, but she overshoots, and it is now 21-20 Liberty High School.
Yeah, that's not what North wanted right there. You really wanted her to put the ball in play and let Liberty make their own mistakes.
For a second there, I thought number 14, Bailey Middleton, was about to get a drink from the drink fountain. That's what the angle looked like, but she was just picking up the ball. No big deal. She's about to serve here for Liberty, and hopefully for Liberty to get another point. Let's see what happens. North moving it around, and North gets a point and ties it 21-21 across the board. This is a crazy one, Zach. We knew it would be, and it's a good one for a good cause. As we've been saying, this is the Dig for a Cure Cancer Awareness game, and I don't know if we could have asked for a better matchup and a better game to happen for such a great event.
Yeah, Taylor Gates back to serve, 21-21. Really exciting. Can't wait to see how this one finishes out.
North passing it around, and Liberty trying to make something happen, hits it over. Alec Hinkley stops it for North. The Liberty North girls really amped up, lots of energy, but they will fall. Oh, but the ref will give North the point, and Liberty North takes the lead, 22-21, and you can see the Liberty North bench erupt.
Yeah, it looks like the ball just touched the line. Great call by the ref right there.
For sure, and this is number 18, Taylor Gates, the senior superstar for Liberty North, serving it. Oh man, the little light touch over the net Liberty did right there. And North takes the lead by 2.
They're just 2 points away from taking the game.
Liberty is now 2 points away from tying it, while Liberty North is 2 points away from winning this one.
Yeah, and what a comeback this could be for this Liberty North team, you know. Down by 10 in the second set, down by 5 in the third.
For sure, and you know that the people that the seniors are playing for and everyone else have their people in mind, playing their hearts out for those cancer members that they are affiliated with. And here we got Liberty trying to get more points going here, and they do. It is 23-22. Zach, this game
this is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, definitely not what Liberty North wanted right there. They really just did not want to give Liberty any sign of a possible victory, and that's just what happened right there.
Liberty will serve. That is number 2, it looks like, Grace Tony. The freshman, they have a freshman in this clutch situation. Let's see if she can make something happen. That is Rachel Spainhour, but Liberty gets it. Liberty hits it and ties it. It is 23-23,
Wow.
Zach.
And we saw Liberty North storm the court right there like they thought they got the point, but Liberty was able to save it and put the ball back in play and eventually get the point.
Well, this is exactly what to expect when Liberty and Liberty North play each other in most sports. I mean, always just a hard-fought, close battle. Grace Tony, the freshman for Liberty, serves it. Oh no! And they take the lead 24-23.
Yeah, and this could be a game point for Liberty right now. Is they have to win by 2. So if Liberty North is down to their final point, let's see if they can remain in the game.
North trying to make something happen, but Liberty looking to get the game finalized right here. I'm eager to see what happens. Grace Tony serves it, the freshman. North setting something up.
Great
The
save by
game on the
Liberty North right
line.
there.
Liberty trying to win this one, and they can.
Great save
Great
by Taylor
defense
Hayes
by
right
Liberty North, though. And here we go with Rachel Spainhour.
And let's see if Liberty
Great
North can finish the ball
defense by
over.
North.
Wow.
Potential game.
And the ball is going to come back over.
I don't even understand. I didn't see
How did that happen? And
that is
the
the
ball
game.
went out of bounds because it was tipped by Liberty North, and Liberty will win the game in 3 sets
Wow.
with their last matchup in the regular season for the seniors
That
on
is
both sides.
huge.
Got to
I'm
be very
speechless.
emotional for the last big rivalry, Liberty North game of their careers. Potentially, we could see both of these two in the playoffs. But what a game they played tonight on both sides of the ball. Really tightly contested, really interesting all the way throughout. You know, neither team really had a big advantage, you know, in that last set, and it came down to the final points. Really, really close. I was impressed by both teams and their effort throughout the entire game. We saw a lot of digs by both teams. It was really impressive, you know. I'm really proud of Liberty North. You know, they were able to come back facing adversity really that entire second and third set, you know, and they were able to come back and do their best and really make it tightly contested at the end.
For sure, Zach. That is the final. Liberty High School beats Liberty North High School 3-2 in a very great match that I won't forget announcing with you, Zach. Once again, we are with North Nation Sports. We are happy to have brought you this game live from Liberty North High School, And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Nick Fry.
And I'm Zach Klug. Have a good night.